Hello and welcome to Viewpoint for everything UEA. Coming up on this episode, a look at the elections campaign for union candidates. Our sports presenter Glenn will be reviewing the efforts of our sports teams at Derby Day. And for Society Spotlight, the cycling club keeps us up to speed with their activities. International Women's Day was on the 8th of March and UEA marked the day with various events on campus. UEA TV was there to capture the day which celebrates women all around the world. Let's take a look.
So International Women's Day, as the name suggests, is an international day for recognising the work of women globally, locally, and sort of recognising that there are plenty of women out there doing amazing things academically, musically, and they don't get recognised because every other day is International Women's Day. So sort of the purpose of it is to sort of publicise their work and just sort of make everyone think about the role of women in society. So UEA Feminism Society put on a day of events a few days before International Women's Day because we didn't want to clash with anything going on in Norwich. So we had an afternoon of events in the LCR, some lectures from sort of female academics at UEA and some local women as well. We had Gemma Carell, the quite famous cartoonist who was local to Norfolk, come and talk to us, which was amazing. And then in the evening, we were in the Blue Bar and we had sort of an evening of cabaret. We had some poets from UEA's creative writing programme come along and perform some of their stuff, which was amazing. And then we had some musicians and we had a local all-female punk band perform to sort of close the evening, and it was just fantastic and really great to see just sort of loads of women coming to watch other women perform and really sort of appreciate their hard work.
Students protested for the second time on the 19th of March to express their anger at the privatisation of student loans. The group, Defend Education UEA, marched across campus carrying large red boxes above their heads to symbolise the selling off of student debt to private companies. We went down to the protest and spoke to Union Officer Rosie Rolls about how it came about.
What's been happening elsewhere? Sussex included. Exeter just ended up giving, so we're not the only ones.
Mainly the issue is that if they're being sold off, the likelihood of the interest rates just soaring on our loan repayments will just soar because they can lift the cap. Private companies, of course, what are they going to do if they're buying something they want to make some money off it? So basically our tuition fees will be fluffing the pockets of private companies. And also, I mean, the government have said that they will disallow any changes to terms and conditions, but they've said things before, and they've not kept the promises before. So, and as you can see by so many hundred people that turned up today, no one trusts it. So,
privatise!
Organise!
Privatise! Organise! We won't have a demand. Students united will never be defeated. We have a give on the fight. When they say privatise, we say organise.
Well, this is something that people have been doing around the country because this is the National Week of Action, so there are 50 students, 50 universities doing this across the country.
It's all right. When we say privatise, we say organise. When they say privatise, we say organise. When they say privatise, we say organise. It's all right.
Well, the thing is about it is that we wanted it to be as big and visual as possible, so empower as many students as possible. And as you can see, I think we managed quite well. So the idea is, yeah, the pressure. I think with having that many people, it's enough pressure to not have to go that far. But this is the start as well. So, you know, it's the start, and we've made our statement quite clear. And the escalation will occur. And, things will go right.
We've blown the cap off, right off. So, do I have any starting bids? Do I hear 12 between 10 and 50 million pounds? Go to your hands. someone's going to make a profit out of it. Taking a loan out since 1998? Well, grand name terms with. The sort of devil you met in an elevator, you'd spend an awkwardly long time staring at your feet while you make eye contact. How would you like to sell your future to the bankers? I get it. You're probably looking at a fall uptake and reduction in profits.
No one wants student debt. It seems prima facie that's what we all want to get rid of. The key issue here is that what's happening is it'll get bigger, it'll get worse. And it's not something that's just happening for new students, it's going to be a retrospective application of a fee hike which could be occurring for people who've gotten loans from 1998 onwards.
So I think this protest is really important because I don't want to see a retrospective hike on my student loan, and I don't want it to happen to any other student, and I think it's part of like a broader ideological privatisation agenda which is happening all across the country.
So go on, round, go.
Never be defeated. Students united will never be defeated. Students united will never be defeated.
Now, last week saw many UEA students campaigning hard to be elected as next year's union officers. It allowed the candidates to express their policies and reasons why they should be elected, with many choosing to stand out in various ways. Students were able to vote online in the LCR from Thursday the 13th of March to Monday the 17th of March. Over 3,000 votes were cast. Here is a roundup of the week and its overall winners.
3, 2, 1, go!
Last week saw UEA students out in force campaigning for the union elections. With over 40 candidates, it was one of the most contested elections in recent UEA history. Candidates spent the week campaigning across campus to get votes and took part in a question time on the Monday to present their manifestos and answer any questions raised by students. Here are the winners.
Congratulations to the candidates and those who were elected. Now, another great event that occurs on the UEA calendar happened on Sunday the 16th of March and saw some of our great sporting teams travel down to the University of Essex to take part in the annual Derby Day. With more on the day's events, we go over to the Sports Corner with Glenn.
Hello and welcome to a special Derby Day edition of sport. Now, Sunday saw an army of UEA sportsmen and women descend en masse upon Britain's oldest recorded town, Colchester, for this year's Derby Day. With the University of Essex hosting the event this year, the Blades were hopeful of continuing their dominant home form, which would see them avenge their defeat in 2013. UEA, on the other hand, hadn't won in Colchester since 2006, but after a comprehensive victory in last year's event, they were certainly confident going into this one. UEA TV were based on campus for the duration of the day, so here are some highlights. As we've just seen, the rivalry this year was extremely competitive, and after UEA recorded victories in these sports, the result of Derby Day 2014 came down to the final event, pool. With UEA leading 29.5 points to 28.5, Essex had the opportunity to draw level and scrape a draw. UEA needed a hero, and cometh the hour, cometh the man. Up stepped Josh Edwards, immortalised as Eddie from Pool Club, to pot the ball, which secured UEA's first win on enemy territory for 8 years, as Derby Day 2014 ended with the final score of UEA 30.5, the University of Essex 28.5. And I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by Josh here in the studio. Josh, thanks for joining us on the programme. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, cheers.
So, an incredible Derby Day, your first, I think.
Yeah, first one.
How was it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Couldn't have hoped for a better atmosphere, and it was like festival right around the campus, so it was a great day. Yeah, brilliant.
Obviously, was it hostile? Pressure on?
There were some moments where it got a bit tense. A few drinks were on the tables, but yeah, no, it was okay. We're good friends with the Essex pool team, so we got along really well and had a great game of pool. It was good.
Now, I hear Pool have been, they've been successful leading into Derby Day this year. Do you just want to explain that? Yeah,
we've had a bit of luck with the team this year. 2 of the 18 players are new this year, including me, and we've had more success this year than we have in a long time, I think. We ended up in the final of the trophy at Bucks as a team, which was an amazing experience. One of our players, Nick, who got to the final of the snooker individuals at Bucks, which was brilliant. We were really proud of him. So, yeah, it's been a very successful year for us. That Bucks performance in the pool specifically, how did that help you going into this year's Derby Day? Personally, I think that was what won it for us. Like we really got together as a team at Bucks. We spent 4 days together, and yeah, we went to the final as a team. There was a lot of tense matches where we relied on each other in them, and it's surprising in pool. You wouldn't think it's much of a team game, but yeah, it takes a lot when your back's against the wall. You need your other players. So, did you just want to explain for us the format that pool at Derby Day takes? How many games? What goes on exactly? Yeah, well, the format's like you have 6 players in both teams, and they all play each other, and it's the first to 19. Frames, so you might end up only playing 5 or 4 frames if you get to 19 very quickly. But yeah, we won 19-11, so some players didn't have to play all their frames. But yeah, yeah, that was 19 UEA. Good stuff. So how has potting the ball changed? Well, I want to say your life, but I think that's going a bit far. How has it changed the sort of your life around university, if you will? It's definitely made my year. It's I wasn't expecting this kind of being on here is kind of strange, and having interviews with Concrete, I wasn't expecting that kind of thing at all. We went into the match joking around about how we're the last people, so we might come down to needing heroes. Yeah, we were joking about it on the bus, and I wasn't expecting it to happen, and I was very lucky that that frame was mine, the winning one. Because, yeah, I mean, I said earlier that you have been immortalised as Eddie from Pool Club. Yeah. From a tweet by the Union of UEA itself, I think. Yeah. But it's funny because you don't actually have Twitter, do you? So I'm not on Twitter. About it? I'm not on Twitter. So a lot of my friends were like captioning the tweets and sending them to me and saying, "Eddie, get on Twitter, have a look at these." But yeah, it was all kind of a bit surreal for me. Thanks for your time, Josh, and congratulations once again. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And of course, further congratulations to everyone from UEA who competed with such great passion and commitment during Derby Day 2014. This really is a victory that should be savoured, celebrated and remembered. Finally, here from UEA TV Sport, we'd like to mention and praise our media partners Livewire 1350 and Concrete, who delivered comprehensive coverage of the day. It really was a massive media operation. That's it for the sport on this Viewpoint. Join us next time for more news and the latest on the UEA teams and clubs.
For each episode of Viewpoint, we'll be taking a look at the different societies on offer to you, UEA students, with our Society Spotlight. This week, we went out for a ride with the UEA Cycling Club to see what they get up to and how you can get involved.
Here at UEA Cycling Club, we cater for riders of all abilities. We tend to go out on Sunday rides every Sunday morning. We run training rides on Wednesday afternoons for Bucks preparation, and at the moment we've got a couple of races coming up. We've got time trials coming up, both individual and team time trials. We also cater for mountain bikers as well. We've got a great route around the Broad. We've also got Derby Day coming up next Sunday, so that's going to be quite exciting. We're looking to kind of hand our asses to them on a silver platter. So it's all very exciting at the moment, and so far the club's gone from strength to strength. So this time last year we were relatively small, and I can happily declare that we're now a medium-sized club. And as far as development goes for next year, we're just looking to expand and get more riders in of all abilities to come join in and see what the fun's all about.
Hi, my name is Andreas Krogstable, and I'm part of the cycling club at UEA. And today we're going on a 40-45 mile trip, just on Sunday, a relaxing ride in a beautiful sun. But we finally have a Sunday. We haven't had that for weeks now. It's after winter with lots of rain and storm weather. It's so just unimaginable. The cycling is it's not all about just cycling. It's also the community and the friendship among the cyclists. So we have lots of good socials. Go to LCR a lot. Yeah, it's brilliant, and you get a lot of friends for your entire life, really. Personally, I think that riding a new route every time is just great, because you always get a new scenery, always get a new route, or new challenges. So I don't have a personal favourite route, but there are a lot of routes just north of Norwich, which will take you off the main roads and into more small countryside roads. Gives you less traffic and more nature.
We do quite a lot of racing at UEA. We held a 5x3 event in November, which was an entry-level mountain bike race, and we're hoping to do that annually. We also went to Lotus League races, which are a circuit-based race on the racetrack at the Lotus Engineering Factory. That's a great event. That brings riders from all across Norfolk. Our main Bucks events, which are the time trials, coming up in April, and again we're hoping to do well there. We've started entering more and more people over the last couple of years, and hopefully this year we'll get some pretty decent results. And Derby Day on Sunday. Last year we won it. This year Essex are hosting, and hopefully we can win again. Bring some glory back to UEA.
Well, that's it for this episode of Viewpoint.
If there is anything you think we need to cover, then please visit our website, ueatv.com, or contact us via our Facebook page.
You can also head to our YouTube channel and check out our other content and programmes.
But for now, thanks for watching.
See you again next time.